And we don't look at it. We look past that going, wait a minute. My resources that you give me, God, I'm supposed to use it for service to you and to others. And I can do that if I multiply. And he said, those of you who don't do it, he called them wicked and lazy. I didn't say it, he said it. Because he said, even if you didn't want to put no work at it, if you just put it in a bank, I would at least got some interest. But you mislabeled me. I had the ability to gather anyway. So all you had to do was put it somewhere. You resources and say, why ain't my hundreds making little 50s all over the place? Because I'm not putting it in a place where it can multiply. I'm more concerned about it serving me than in the service of God and other people. You know, over in Malachi, it talks about giving and the tithe. Over in Malachi 3:8, it says this. Will a man rob God? Yet have you robbed me. But you say, in what way have we robbed you? In tithe and offering. Drop down to verse 10. It says, bring all the tithe into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house. And try me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, that if I will now open up a window of heaven and pour out blessings on you so much you won't have room enough to receive it. And, say and. So I'm not just going to pour out blessings on you so much you won't have room enough to receive it. And I will rebuke the devourer for your sake. And so I'm looking at so many things that are snatching your resources because the devourer is eating it up because you haven't tithed. So he's not being rebuked for your sake. Well, why did I get that flat tire? Devourer. Where did this bill come from all of a sudden? I thought I was paid up. Devourer. I pay my taxes. Why am I still paying again at the end? We can't just do it like pizza and we only eat the crust. Pastor Melvin, you were saying something, we were talking this morning. You don't even remember, do you? This is why it's so important to take notes when you're talking. It was so good. But God even said, listen, if you keep reading down, verse 12 said, and all the nations will call you blessed, for you will be a delightful land, says the Lord of hosts. All of them will call you blessed because they can see something beyond your natural power is making you multiply. Something bigger than what you are and what you can do that's beyond your education, that's beyond your skill level, that's beyond your cleverness is causing you to come up in such a way that the nations is noticing it. Nations notice multiplication. I mean, you don't even notice sometimes adding. I was talking to E.T., and he was telling me when Warren Buffett had bought Coca-Cola, and Coca-Cola had sells 400 million bottles of Coke a day. 400 million bottles of Coke a day. And he wanted to make an immediate profit on it. So what he did is he just raised the price a nickel. A nickel to you is adding. You don't notice that nickel. But multiply that nickel by 400 million nickels. We have to address our character. Character is defined as qualities of honesty, courage, or the like. It's also integrity. Kent Hughes made this comment. Ministry is all about character. Lose your character and you lose your ministry. Philip Brooks said this: character may be manifested in the great moments, but it must be made great in the small ones. Saw this other quote that says, there is nothing more pathetic than having small character in do a big assignment. Many of us don't want to give attention to our character. We just want the big assignment from God, but we don't want to deal with the character. Too many of us have some character flaws and character issues that we just try to move around, maneuver over, avoid versus dealing with it. That's the test. The test of real character is what you do when you've had it. When I don't want to do this no more. Do you give up? Do you avoid? Do you cut out? Do you cuss out? What do you do when you get tired? God is always dealing with us in our character. He's always dealing with us. The problem is that most of us try to avoid those conversations with God because we don't want to do the work to change. Listen, God keeps dealing with me about this issue. I don't want to talk to him about it, so I ain't praying for the next month. But what y'all don't understand is, you may not, that's the officer's pencil. They ain't going to miss a pencil. Doesn't matter whether or not they meant it. They're going to miss it. Your character, you just stole something. Or they're paying you and you're on Facebook and Instagram while you're on the clock. Another issue we got to deal with, and I'm starting to see this more prevalent than I've ever seen it. And it's not just a generational thing. It seems like it is a cultural thing now I'm starting to see with people. And that is dealing with the aspect of honor. I've never been around so many people that don't honor one another. They don't honor leadership. They don't honor anybody or anything. They don't honor commitments. They don't honor their word. They don't honor anything. The only thing they honor is what makes me feel good. Honor is defined as honesty, fairness, or integrity in one's belief and action, a source of credit or distinction, high respect, merit, worth, or rank. Ephesians chapter 6, verses 1 through 3 says this: children, obey your parents in the Lord, for it is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise. And what is this promise? That it may be well with you and you may live long on the earth. Honoring helps you to live well, that it may be well with you and you will live long on this earth. How many people you know think? I'm seeing this thing with people. You can have people walk with you, walk you out of stuff, get you free, take you from the guttermost and help you to get to the uttermost. And yet when you feel like you're good enough and you've arrived enough and you've got strong enough, now I don't need you no more. You in my past. So you're not going to honor the nights I stayed up praying with you. That has no merit here. You don't respect the days where I went and got you time after time when you have fallen and slipped and fallen and fallen, and I kept repeatedly going to get you. That's not going to be respected and honored. You don't remember all those times I sacrificed from my family to make sure you and your family was good. And yet, when people see the fruit of what I've done, they come and pluck you, and you just leave. And turn around and look at me like I did a bad job of getting you clean. This ain't personal, but all of us have dealt with some stuff like that. I done helped put you on the map, and now you acting like I wasn't a part of where you are? And I never even asked you for a thank you. I just asked, when there's an opportunity to honor me, honor me. You know what's amazing is Jesus knew that when Judas had the opportunity that he wouldn't honor him. He knew it. He's like, yet you still can't honor me. Because it could have been to your detriment if you honor me, not knowing the detriment that I had to go to help you. Honor to me is when you have the ability to respect, when you have the ability to give praise for something someone's done for you. You don't pass up that opportunity. You give people, you render unto them what's due to them. I may not be able to pay you back in all the money you gave me, but I can at least say thank you and tell everybody this was a great individual. And not let somebody else talk crazy about you around me. You don't honor me by sitting around and letting folks talk crazy about me in front of you when you know what I've done for you. Are you kidding me?